in the headphone? Yeah. Grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of goals. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. Yeah. Grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Hey. Oh man, I got a lot of goals. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. Hey. I grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of goals. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. Yeah. All I know is get paper. All I do is shit major. Bought a condo on the top floor and the building's a skyscraper. Feeling like I'm Kobe, LeBron for the Lakers. Feeling like I'm Idris, Paul Walker, Taker. New Rollie, no diamonds in it. New Porsche, all dimes in it. I'm infatuated with fine women. Corona extra with the lime in it. Just a chase to Henny. Used to be a penny pincher. Now I'm in plenty business. Grind hard, nigga, on guard.
Grind hard, nigga, on guard.
Yeah. We grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Hey. Oh man, I got a lot of goals. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. Hey. I grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of goals. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. I lean with it, I rock with it. Locks under my socks fitted. Tahoe with the black tint. Houston girl, heavy accent, but my whole swag is magic. High five, fantastic. Make the money stretch like elastic. Making moves that you couldn't imagine. Eating, still watching my calories. Just to pull in that big boy salary. It's just the way that it has to be. I'm a bad boy, Mike Lowry. While I'm sipping this Henny. And all of my niggas is with me. Yeah, grind hard, nigga, on guard.
Grind hard, nigga, on guard.
Yeah. Grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Hey. Oh man, I got a lot of goals. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. Hey. I grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of goals. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible.
Brother Dempsey, how goes it?
Man, it goes, man. What's going on, bro?
I'm doing well. Hold on. Oh my God, there's so much happening on my stream right now. It's horrible.
What was going on, man?
I'm back. Lot of internal noise. I'm good.
I got you. Hey, everything's all good.
You got to do the intro. I'm not doing the intro. You're the better man for the intro.
I'll definitely do the intro, man. Welcome out, man. This is Black by Design, man. After hours, because we get after hours. After hours, man. Yes, indeed, man. I am one of your hosts, comedian Howard Hall, also UX UI designer. Also, my co-host Trey Stewart, principal UX designer, speaker, podcaster, creator. So many different other things, man. What's going on, bro? What's going on?
I am doing well, man. Better days. The better days. Cannot complain. I can complain, but I'm not going to complain. How about that?
That's good. How
about that?
Because you don't have to complain. Like,
are you challenging me? I'll complain like a mother.
I'm not challenging you to complain, but I mean, let's put it like this. It's a free country. You should be able to complain whenever you feel like it. Is today the day you want to complain?
No. I'm not gonna ruin your day with complaining about my life.
Oh, that's good to know, man.
Well, since you asked, I am so pissed.
Well, since you brought it up,
Well,
brother.
since you brought, you know what? You know, actually, I'm not gonna complain, but I do wanna apologize to your wife and the fact that I've been not respecting the G in her name for so long today, and
Yes,
I wanna.
her name is Shawanga, like Shawanga.
Do you know? I want you to know when
Not
you told
duh.
me when you told me that shit, I had to. It hurt my soul.
I don't know
It hurt my.
why. It shouldn't have hurt.
Oh, listen, tell me. I need you to know. There's an acknowledgement of how clear this shit is. Look at this. I just want you to know. Look, you're clean. You feeling good about this shit? Look at
Hey,
you.
big shout out to Nick, man. That's my boy Nick, bro. Like,
I don't know how to take this shit off, Nick. You might have broke your shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Nick.
did you just put it? We didn't work on that part. Take it off the comment.
No, Nick. No. You ruined us. This is strap. We're just gonna have Nick on this bitch for life. I don't know.
I'm down. Look, I'm
Look,
cool with it.
I just cut him out of here.
There it
God
is.
damn
There
it.
it is. There it is. All right, cool, cool. Shout out, man. Look, we
Yo,
got a lot of topics that we got to talk about that we're gonna go over. Plus, like we're gonna. I still got some designing to do. You know what I'm saying? Even after hours.
yeah, getting hours after
Yeah.
hours, man. Yeah. I do want to. So I'm gonna start off by saying Bronco update. Your boy me.
Oh.
Your boy me has a I got an update for my Bronco. That's the shit that
Yep.
I,
Well,
I, I
let me pace people for this.
okay.
Trey ordered a Bronco years ago. That's how long it feels. That's how long it feels. It wasn't years ago. It actually was around the first quarter of this year. But he's been waiting that long for this Bronco. It's been taking so many humps, trails. Um, but look at it. Oh
Yeah,
man.
look. I saw it. Let me. I just want to point. I just want to point out. I don't know how to do the thing. I just want to point out. I have been waiting forever for this thing,
Yeah,
for this
yeah.
baby, and so this is. I got a chance to finally get it. First off, I want to recognize. You see the
Ooh.
SU. I see the SU, but I'm like, all right,
I
I'm
see
good at
it.
it.
I see it.
Let me back up. My daughter has been upset
Hmm.
that we haven't had this thing in the driveway. And so, listen, first and foremost, you notice how it's parked? It stayed
Yeah, I
parked. It
see
can't
it.
move. It's broken. It's broken. It doesn't
It's,
move. So the dude was like,
but
"You want to?"
you know that.
So we go. Can we start it? And he go and it was like, can we start it? And he goes, and I'm like, for what? But it's like, yeah, go ahead and start it
Would you
up.
want to? Would you want to hit a radio?
All right, and so I'm like, all right, cool. So I go ahead and I start it up. You see my lovely daughter in the background, who had been
Yep.
asking about this thing for I don't know how long. Soon as we open the top back, because what else would I be in the Bronco but pulling the top back? She
You gotta
starts
pull the top back,
complaining.
man.
Look at it. Look at her face. Look at her face.
Is she
That's
hiding
immediate.
from the sun, Trey?
Yes, hiding immediately
God.
from the sun.
It's a drop
So
top.
so immediately my daughter betrays me. My daughter betrays me. She wants nothing to do with it. And so I'll say, all right, that's fine, lady. That's fine. But needless to say, I'm a Bronco-less. She'll never see my Bronco again. You take the bus. Take the
That's
bus,
just real
baby.
tough. That's tough. To even know. Like take the bus, lady. Don't do that.
It hurt my soul, and my son was just like, "Yay, yeah! I can. Oh, can we take it? Can we go?" And I just looked at the dealer.
I'm like, no, we can't take it, can we? I gotta go get back in this Ford Fusion.
Yeah, but he was like, "Yeah, but you." Then he was like, You can start it now from your phone and do what, sir? And do what?
Yeah,
What can?"
and watch it on the camera, sit there and do nothing.
I damn near wanted to like Sunday. I just wanted to just go into the damn go into the dealership and just like unlock the door, get into it, and wait for security to come. No. This is my car. No.
No,
No.
no, I own it. I
I
own
own
it. I
it.
promise you.
I got keys.
I,
He gave me keys. Here are your keys to your Bronco. I
he
want to
gave you
fight.
the keys, Trey.
Gave me the key. I got the keys. I got the
I
key.
don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about it no more. I don't. First of all, I just want to let you know, Trey. I've never even encountered this level of petty. You know
Is
how petty you
that
gotta be to give you car keys to a car you can't drive.
is that petty, or is it just like, hey, here you go, guy, here you go, and look, and right now I don't have them with me. They're on the same key as the Ford Fusion. The Ford Flex. The Ford Flex.
I'm about to literally say exactly what you just said to me. Does it matter? What we gonna do about that?
I
What are
pulled
we
look.
gonna do?
I pulled up. I pulled up to the Ford. Pulled up. I mean, I've been telling my neighbors. They know we've been doing the countdown. I pulled up with the Ford pulled up to my house in the Ford Flex, and my neighbor has had the Bronco Sport, got rid of it, so he's been excited. I pulled up with the Bronco Sport.
Though.
I pulled up to my house in the Ford Flex. This dude wasn't even in the driveway when I pulled up. All of a sudden I heard was, "What the fuck is this?" Like, no. He just thought I gave up, and I just got it. I was like, "Sir, I can explain. I can, yeah. All right, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Let's move on. How's dad life treating you? What's good with you?
Dad life is pretty good, man. You know, kids are back in school. I only got one that's still in school, so and she in high school, which means she's at the rate of learning things that I don't know right now. So she on her own. You know how you get on that own homework where it starts becoming real world hard, like not just hard because you don't know it. This is like if you bring this to anybody on the street, nigga, we gonna have an issue. So that's where I'm at with her homework. I'm perfectly fine with that. Other than that, she getting ready to go to homecoming, man. And my baby been putting on grown dresses, looking way more grown than I expected her to grow up in. So that's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at with that life. I actually want to go get a drink. So this is what I'm gonna need you to do. Transition us to the one main screen, and I'm gonna continue talking while I go get me a drink. Can I do that, Trent?
You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? No one is just.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to. I don't know how to turn you off right now. I don't have the main.
You don't have the power to do that right now.
I had a solo, but it's been a while since I did my. Oh wait, hold on.
Is it available?
Listen, at the time, I haven't thought this through.
I hope it's decent because I just don't want to leave you blank.
You are leaving me blank. Who the fuck decides?
I didn't think I wanted a drink, Trey. I didn't think I wanted a drink. And
midstream? Who decides mid? You unprofessional, uncouth savage. Who the fuck decides midstream? You had like an hour. You're like right now.
I did.
I was about to turn another way out. No. You leave. You leave. I'm gonna just talk to you about this. I'm gonna talk to your desk. I'm gonna talk to your chair. No. Go.
You want to talk to my chair?
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm about to straight up Clint Eastwood this shit. Hello.
You know what? I got an almost better idea for you. How about I got a better idea?
Move. I'm talking to the chair. I'm talking.
I got you.
Hello, chair. Chair. How you? No. So chair. Have you?
Watch this here. I got you right here. All right, we're gonna go black. All right, we're gonna go black.
No. Leave it alone. I was one of the white co-hosts. It's good.
You're not about to get a white co-host.
God damn it, Howard. Go. That drink better be stiff and strong. You better not bring back with aqua. I don't even want you to dehydrate.
Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna go get. Hold on, let me get the drink.
That's fine. Hey everybody, special guest of the podcast, long time fan of the pod, Little Baby. It's a pleasure meeting you, Little Baby. Go get your drink.
My name is not Little Baby. My name is. You gotta understand. I could still talk to y'all while I'm getting my drink off camera, and you hear me.
Okay, this is perfect. Right? So this is perfect. Did you watch last week's SheHulk?
Yes, I did. Can I tell you why I watched last week's SheHulk?
Because it's a good show, maybe.
No, because I mean that's one of them. But I'm a super duper fan of the person that made a cameo. So.
Wait, no. You're thinking about week 3. You're thinking about week 3.
I sure am. I'm thinking about week 3. Week 4 was about the magician, wasn't it?
Yes, I want you to know you are a family man, sir. You are.
I could be a family man and still like Meg Thee Stallion. Man, listen, if somebody don't think Meg Thee Stallion ain't fine, what's wrong with them?
Okay, hold on, time out. I want to see if I can actually get. You know what? Because I'm that guy. I'm going to see. You know what? We're gonna do Meg Thee Stallion, SheHulk. Just because you want to do that, let's go ahead and do it. Look, you know the fun. This is how you know I'm a wholesome guy. Who you know can pull up YouTube and be comfortable in knowing That ain't about to pull up nothing disgusting. Nothing disgusting. Why, I'm the man.
Woo! Oh my God, man. Who was that talking? I don't even know who that was, bro. Who said
Oh,
something about Meg Thee Stallion?
oh, you know what? It's crazy how you back.
Was
How
it?
you
Was
back now?
it? I
It's
can't
crazy.
believe that. I can't believe how this red cup got filled with brown and ice cubes.
Hey, so there's a question. All right, you know I go too far. There's a
Right.
question I have regarding. So two things. And I think it was, yeah, it was just at last episode, right? So She-Hulk is out here dating. You know what I'm saying? She's go ahead and dating. Two things.
Yeah.
All right, there's a conversation about fetishizing that I'm not going to get into. I'm just going to leave that where they were like, "Hey, listen, you as a human being, I don't want you as a green buff chick. I'm all in. I'm all game for." Do you remember episode 1 where they talked about? So she got it behind him being
Yeah.
like his blood is toxic and all this other stuff, right?
Right. Right.
His blood is toxic, and because his blood being toxic, you can't you can't do it. It'll kill you. Okay, so hear me out. Toxic body fluid. Yeah. So these guys are literally about to go risk it all for the green goody goody.
That's true.
And
I see where you're at. I see where you're at. Keep going. Keep going.
So part of me wonders: is all blood toxic, or it's not just blood? Is it all body fluid toxic? And if so, all right, is it gonna get burned off inside of it?
Are we talking about in bloodstream or are we talking about ingestion?
Literally,
Where are we at, Trey? Where
that's
are we going?
that's what I'm trying to figure out. Snoop said it ain't good enough to get burnt up while I'm up in it.
I don't
Technically,
think.
this might be a potential situation. We don't know. I want to know this. We were
I
2
just had
seconds
to- I
from
just had
finding
to
that out.
sneeze.
Bless you.
And that just told me that I'm allergic to this conversation. Where are we? Do you think that you're gonna get anything from She-Hulk other than like a broken rib cage or
We
a
were about
pelvis
to
bone?
we were about to find out to the magician fucking hated
That's
to
true.
the portal. She was like, we are going to find this out together. That's my outlook. Sorry, I apologize. That was a takeaway I had. And mind you, listen, you saw she twerks. It was her and Meg Thee Stallion twerking. The odds of me landing Meg, not so good. She-Hulk was swiping right on everybody. She-Hulk is on the table. She-Hulk is
I
on the
got
table.
you. I got you. I totally understand where you at when you say like you have a chance. I mean, I still feel like I have a chance, with Megan Thee Stallion.
I mean, good for you. Good for you. And then when you mess around and now you what is the car that the guy was like, you in a Ford Passat? What did he buy her? Not a Ford Passat, but like it was like
I love that he knew the exact number what he
it was
spent on it too.
it was like yeah, Kia Sorento. Yeah. Look, here's the thing. I would tell people that too. If I was like, man, I somehow managed to get Meg Thee Stallion to love me. If I managed to get Meg Thee Stallion to love me under like it only took. I can go to Ruth Chris or I can go to Applebee's and she's that in tune with me. That's a win. It's like that's how I know she was here for me.
that is a win. I'm not even bullshit you. It is. It is. That is a win. But what really got me is that when you saw She-Hulk next to Meg Thee Stallion, it wasn't that much off. Like
You know what? I feel like the funny thing about it is I'm glad Wheels of Country have been able to acknowledge that that thick chicks are amazing. I still don't understand. Like, first and foremost, shout out to the GOAT Serena Williams. I still in my brain was like, man, like I even went back to look at those photos. I'm like, man, all right, whatever. And she is to today's standard.
Yeah.
Like she's legitimately smaller than Meg in every way. And I'm like, and also she was toned shit. Like she looked like a track athlete, a volleyball player to me.
Yeah.
And so now all right, this is digression. I've been on like the Serena Williams like podcast and like listen to her journey and talk about this stuff. And like she's like, man, you don't like
For real?
like that. Yeah, the crazy part about it was like, man, like no one, like there was the problems that she had to deal with from the fans and like the racist fans, but then she actually was in the sport having to deal with the racism of the sport and the fact that when you look at how the sport handled her, the sport treated her as if they didn't want her to be there either. It was like, man, like they, she go like there's this one incident where she's like this there's this tennis tournament that she y'all didn't see me about to choke now. There's this tennis tournament that they were saying all this racist stuff and heckling, and she's like, I don't want to go. And then they were like, I don't want to go this racist, y'all should do something about it. And they were like, all right, cool. You know what? It's required now. She's like, hey, I got this bodysuit that's keeping me alive. They're like, we're banning it. Anytime she did anything to stand out, they're like, we hated it, and they punished her for it. And so you saw a lot of the stuff that you see now that people are benefiting from, they benefited off of her back. You are just living in the. You are better. Look at you. Your reflexes are better.
It did it itself. Like that was not me. It was not me.
It did itself. But yeah, no. I keep thinking about it, and I'm looking at like. So I bring that home about like, man, shout out to Serena and how like we talked about how big she was to now where it's like, man, like dudes are willing to risk it all and like we're sharing our lust over SheHulk and then seeing how we're like, man, how massive SheHulk must be in comparison to Meg, but saying Brave, we're just like, listen, give me, if this is how I die on either one of these scenarios, I'll take it. I'll take it. Break me in half. If this is
how it needs to happen, well, goddamn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, can I show you? Can I show you what I went to the kitchen and got?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say it come in a bag like this.
Okay, we're after hours. I don't have. Oh no! I don't have my happy pills. I don't have my happy pills.
Oh.
Because I'd be like, I'll join you in 2 hours. That's the pacing of this. They'd be like, all right, next time.
Like, I'll be there in a minute.
Next time, after hours recipes, we add it to the list. But no, do that. All right, so keeping along with Disney. Little Mermaid. How's your little
man?
How excited is your Little Mermaid about Little Mermaid?
Look,
she's not even Little Mermaid.
She's not really that Little Mermaid. But I'm not gonna lie, she had a mermaid phase when she just wanted to be a mermaid, watch mermaid videos on YouTube, and so this is like, this is like Black Girl Magic meets Free Willy. I don't even know.
I need this to be amazing because this is their makeup. Because what you gave us with the frog princess was ass. This is how I make up. I'll say this: I have been looking at the videos of these little kids. And their the reaction videos, it is so goddamn good. The little
it make you want to bust a face nut. You know what a busting a face nut is? That's when your eyes cry right here.
It's like
you cracking both of your eyes at the same time and it stream down your face at the same, bruh. That's joy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't wait. I'm looking to see it, but listen. Here's the weird part about it.
What's up?
So there were some things that I was like when some people were not complaining about, but they were making critiques. I was like, all right, cool. Like there was a complaint about or a conversation about the vibrancy, bringing some of the vibrancy back, and somebody was like, well, realism, and I get that, and I'm for that. The conversation, they were like, hey, listen, it's not that light down there. And another person was like, listen, I don't know if you've ever seen red hair when it gets wet. It's dark. All right, cool. Now I'm starting to get annoyed.
Because I'm like, hey, y'all. I got some real answers. I got you. Okay.
It's a trailer for a show that come in. Like, do you hear this woman fucking singing? Do you hear this shit? Motherfuckers are grown adults are breaking down. It's like, I can't wait to watch this. And you're like, I don't believe, and not you, but like they're like, hey, listen. I need to see the pop of the red, but not just the pop of the red. The fact that they're like, my mermaid isn't black, and it's just like we're going down that path. It's like I love the fact that now we're like it's the juxtapositions. Little kids are excited about Go ahead.
Can we just talk about how we took Snow White and the Huntsman, right? We just took that, and we took that iteration of Snow White with the Huntsman mixed with Brave, mixed with some other Pixar movies that they made, and put Charlize Theron in it, and then threw Thor in it, and y'all was like, I'm a swallow this and take it like it's supposed to be the old, the old like cartoon animated movie that I used to watch, and nobody tripped on that. And
No,
we show you
not at all.
30 seconds of a girl
Not even 30.
singing.
She was like
It
5
wasn't even
seconds in
30
there.
seconds.
But you want to know what?
Hey.
This is my argument. My argument for why I like y'all motherfuckers. Y'all like to pick and argue.
Right.
Lion King is based where?
In Africa.
Have you seen? But here's the thing. You trying to tell me? I see the cast. I saw you had half a Scar. I saw you half a Simba. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have Matthew fucking Broderick as Simba. You trying to tell me that's the realistic voices? That was what we were trying to do. But we're not. We didn't have a.
Yeah, we not trying to. I mean, we not. Let's talk about. We're not actually trying to tell people that they can't be tigers because that's make believe. And in make believe land, you can do whatever you want, right? Well, apparently you can't. Not with the Little Mermaid.
No. Representation doesn't matter. Like that's the part that's fucking pissing me off. It's like the thing that we're seeing now more and more is just like we saw Friends and we always joked about the cast and like, damn, they don't see black people in the future, or they don't see people of color in the future, or they don't see the idea of black and brown people existing, and to find out that they really actually do hate seeing us in fiction. It's like to reminding us. It's mind blowing how many times you say like, oh, you're and the phrase that woke is, we keep changing the word for racism and racist, and we keep moving the goalpost. It's like ebonic racism, and it's killing us. Like, oh, are you sick of wokeness? You mean seeing a diversity? Yeah. Aren't you sick of it? Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm excited for it. I ain't gonna lie, I'm excited for it, but I'm excited for the idea of I'm going to be able to. So let me give from a positive note. I remember. Do you remember watching Cinderella?
Yeah.
Do you know how insane that? Like that whole makeup of that cast was crazy. You had Brandy. Brandy was a black chick raised by Whoopi Goldberg and. I forgot the white guy's name. I forgot.
Let
me look up you know what? I'm about to look up Cinderella cast.
I just know Whitney Houston was in it.
The fairy godmother.
Fairy godmother. Who played?
Hang on, I am pulling it up now. Cinderella cast. Brand. Okay, let's go. This is why I love. This is why I love the setup. It don't take nothing but a heartbeat to make this shit happen.
Ain't nobody beat that.
So this is the cast. You had Cinderella. You had Paulo. You had like these are the parents. You had Jason Alexander, King. You had Victor Garber, whatever.
Hey, that's on you right there. That's on you.
Yeah. So these are you had these as the parents, and you're just like, this is a fucking fire movie. It doesn't even make any sense. Representation all over the place, and it's beautiful. And I was like, man, this shit's dope. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a little bit of something. No one felt left out, and you're just like, this is cool. And no one asked did two white people have an Asian baby, have an Asian kid? We just didn't give a fuck. We're just like, man, just live your best life.
It's Cinderella.
Hang on, let me see. I gotta remember. I don't remember who was who. Yeah.
Wait, go to the sisters. Click on the three sisters, bro.
What? Listen, the thing here is you just got to realize the thing about it. It was a beautiful cast. We didn't care. We just took the story.
We didn't care. We understood the story and we understood the characters.
Yeah. And so, and my outlook on it is, I can't wait for the movie to come out. But I'm like, you got a heavy hitting person who can really, really sing, really sing,
really sing.
And we've seen her act. So I'm like, bro, listen, come on, let's let him go and let it see. All right.
Give her a chance and let's see.
All right. Now, Howard, my good friend.
Yes.
All right. This is not going to be a dark turn, but it's not going to be the happiest of pivots. Okay.
Okay.
So we now me and you had this conversation this morning. I feel like it's cool to kind of like continue on. It was just
Man,
like very
we got to.
fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
All right, so Queen. So I'm gonna just streamline it. Queen passes. We start thinking about the Queen's history and what the Queen did to the country. You know, like everyone's calling her complex past. No, it's not. It's depending on who you are, depending on where you sit on it. It's not complex to the people who love her. It's not complex to the people who hate her, right? But nonetheless, it got we're talking about racism and what racism means, and kind of like going down this rabbit hole. And so my wife is like decides that she's going to ask her grandmother about some real some scenarios,
Real life times and during racism.
right, racism, and her grandmother, who is from Columbia, South Carolina, doesn't really remember racism, and I'm mind blown. It's like, how do you not remember? How do you not remember?
Can you say where she's from again? One more time. One more time for the people in the back.
Columbia, South Carolina. Like Strom
Absolutely, South
Thurmond,
Carolina.
Ku Klux Klan is like again. South Carolina is Ku Klux Klan. Rutgers Park. It's like this is where they learn to work on their craft. It's like
This
the
what they
answer.
want their skills. You are hilarious, bro.
Like no, but it's like you have the creme de la creme. So you're like, how does this happen? And so completely disbelieved. And she's like, you know what? She stayed in her town. She stayed in her little corner. She didn't really branch out. She didn't really do anything outside of her pocket, right? And so to her, she was like, yeah, we hear about some things, but yeah, no, like colored fountains, no. Color his and hers. I mean, not his and hers. The counters, the doors. Yes, the
White
color.
only in color.
Yeah, white only and color doors. She goes no, and so we're like, oh no, fuck no. So we have this journey where we go talk to our family about this. They have somewhat similar stories, but very vast differences and a little bit of exploration. Just because I was just talking for a minute. You want to share what because you talked to your pops? Okay, go ahead.
My pops.
All right.
All right, so I talked to my pops about I should say, his experience in that he's had like in racial and his experience in racism that he's had over this time period that he's been alive. And I asked him when did he like first like really see it? Like when did he first? He was like he kind of understood it when like he saw it, as a little boy growing up in Bogalusa. He saw the separate water fountains. He said that was his first incident. Was the color water fountains and the white only. Now, while he's telling me this story, this is what my brain does. I was like, why would white people make it singular and then put plural on ours? Like white only and then color. I was like, why? I love that
Color
correlation of why would they do that? I want to go. Yeah, I want to go deep into that. So I asked that. I said, what was the one that did like you ever had something happen to you? You be like, yo, that was I there for this?
Yeah.
And he was like, he said, oh, all the time. He was like during the summer, like during his high school days. He was like every night it could have been something.
So let me. Did you? I really have to talk to my dad about this because I've talked to him about things, but I like me now realizing me asking him like 5 and 10 versus me like grown man asking him how he traversed this situations like this is completely different. Like I was hitting my mom with questions that I asked her before with deeper depth, right? And so I'll lead with my mom, right? And so one thing we found out, my mom gave kind of the story. She's on the same age as her grandmother, right? But she added context to what her grandmother was saying, and so my mom tells the story. Now I lead with this is my mom came from I don't want to call it a well-to-do, but they were better off. So they were better off. Like I like my grandmother she had a car and she knew how to drive. Right? She grew up with
yeah.
You know, not again. She's born in like 1940 something, but like she remembers a TV being in her house. Being in her house. Right? So she tells the story of they have these. So they grew up in the city. And so in the city, there's always these very big. They're the pockets of the black people, and like, you know what? As long as you stayed in your city and in your community, you kind of didn't know what the world was like.
You was kind of insulated, right?
Yeah. You were very much insulated. So her to that end, her grandmother, when her parents went to the store, went to like the desegregated areas or the mixed areas, she stayed home. So she never went in there. And so part of me was trying to figure out, like, how does she, if she never experienced racism, how does she have all the learnings and the defense mechanisms to be able to consistently shield from it? Because if at some point a bird or a rabbit has to learn what the highway is to avoid getting run over, and those that don't run over, and so
they actually witness it and they be like, okay, I know not to do that.
But right, and so so the way my mom tells it, and my mom explained it, she was like, listen. In your neighborhood, in your pocket, in your pocket, you don't have those signs because no white person is coming to drink water in your black water fountain. So, all right, cool. That explains it. That only black people going through these doors, so we don't need the doors. But when you went to the general population areas, you have your black counter, you have your white counter, and it just is what it is. Your parents kind of tell you to kind of do this, whatever. But she also kind of made a very good note that, like we talk about it, like we talk all the time about how like women have to deal with sexism and racism now. But as she explained, like even back then, like racism and sexism were different for men and women, and how the men have completely different stories in terms of experiencing racism. And she says that one of the reasons that could potentially be why she shielded from it was she had to be home. She had to be home before lights go out. She never went. Right? Yeah. She never was anywhere by herself. And that the most important is, like, when it's dark, the guys have to come see the women. And so they are the ones that, hit again, cars.
Yeah, they on the streets almost like might not be making it home.
Right. So they get hit up by the cars. They get jammed up. They get, all the stuff happens in these areas. But then she also tells the stories about, like that it's not that it didn't happen. It's that we were in this condensed population that they didn't come through. But in the fringes, in the rural areas or in the outer areas where we were more isolated away, like the sharecropper farmers, and when she leading to that, you have a big house, or you have a house, and your neighbor is however many miles down the way. They'll do the cross, they'll do the thing, and you'll see your neighbors. You'll look up into the sky and see it's supposed to be dark. All of a sudden you see sunlight, you see amber. You know that house is on fire, but they've been able to isolate and do damage to you as a sharecropper in the field, or whatever you want to use the proper term for it.
But let's circle back around. Like how does that correlate to how your relative that we're talking about, how she insulated herself within that community? Like, how does that correlate to like how she shielded herself from certain racisms or certain things that didn't make it to her?
So, well, like example, the way my mom, like, she talked about it, she legitimately realized it today. Like, she talks about institutional racism, but like she didn't realize that learning and adopting institutional racism, is how she was able to survive till we had those conversations. Like, we're literally talking about how she's like, well, racism was out there as long as you stayed in your corner. They didn't know it, and then realizing how, like, Shavita's realizing how that also applied for the other side of town. Like, they would live with these people, these monsters, and be like, yeah, they're a nice person. They'd be like, yeah, I'm about to go to the store, go to a lynching, go rape someone, and then go do whatever, and then come back home, and they don't see the side of them. And like the idea of like, yeah, this you can literally I never watched the movie Purge, so I don't know the extent, but from the trailers, yeah, this feels like Purge. So you tell me this felt like a damn near like a Purge episode. A Purge night where they get out, they'll go do their dirt, and then they come home, baby. Ooh, I'm tired. It was a long night. What'd you do? I don't talk about it. Where's the kids? Kiss them goodnight. But so like I'll get my mom. So two things that she two points that she said that highlighted. One, she had multiple family members who had to run from moms. Her uncle was a pastor, was a preacher. So he go to towns, and he went to this town and preached to sharecroppers, but also to educate them on the math and the learnings. Hey, they're robbing you blind. They're doing this to you, but you didn't agree to this. They just decided this. You have rights, and you have this. And then he goes home, and he gets a knock on the door, and it's his neighbor saying, "Hey, listen, X, Y, and Z heard them. They're rallying people to come and get you tonight. You have to go." And so whatever he has to do, whatever fits in the car, and he hightails it from Franklin, Louisiana, to California, and that's where he preached at. Have another sister, not another sister, aunt, or great his her grandmother's sister. She's a sharecropper. She's feeling bad. She's laying down and whatever. The guy's telling her, "You got to get up. You got to tend to fields. You got to do whatever to get this field." And she's like, "I'm feeling bad. I can't move. I'm aching." All of a sudden, she feels this crack, and she says the most painful experience that she's ever spent in her life. She didn't even know it, but she got up. She grabbed the man off of the horse and proceeded to beat this man crazy. They had to pull off. She immediately knew. She had to pack up and she had to leave, and she ended up going to Lake Charles. And so it's crazy because it's like, I know I had family in both these areas. I always wondered how they got there, and I got like his family is still in California, and so she's telling me that story, but now she's like, "Oh, I didn't experience racism, but I heard of it, blah blah blah," and then she starts recollecting. Like, and she talks about like the stuff and just things you do, and then she started talking about like, she says again what I told you about the men dealing with different racism and the women dealing with racism, and then she talks about how like, women dealing with rape, and how.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, that point kind of shook me, man.
Boy, like, and so I got it, but I didn't get like that part. So she was like, "All right, just for the people at home, you couldn't trust police, you couldn't do anything, you couldn't report." To court and report anything, so it's free for all. So you'd have women get raped, get pregnant, and then but they'd have the babies. So she made this comment to where it was like, so like you see families with light skinned babies and pale babies, and you didn't say anything. You just kept it. So you kept it like whatever. So it'd be, you just like, all right, dark skin parents, light skin baby. You're like, oh, all right, cool. And like you never spoke of it. You just knew that happened. That those incidents happened.
Or it was a possibility that happened, and you never even spoke on it.
Yeah, that thing happened, and I think about how many lives, how many relationships, and how much stuff that kind of ruined. But the fact that she was just like, that was just some shit, and she said, as a matter of fact, like that was shit that they just took on the chin because there was nothing they can do about it. And like as she was saying this, she started realizing like how much stuff that she, like her idea of like, man, I didn't experience racism, how much she was a prisoner of it. How much she was a prisoner of it, and how much she survived it by staying in the box, and her family by staying in the box. And she said this shit in passing, and I was like, man, I don't know how many people feel about it, but she said in passing, she was like, it's just her mindset. Like, and I asked her, I was like, you saw a lot of the stuff going on, and Emmett Till. Now I remember talking to my grandmother about Emmett Till. I didn't talk to my mom about Emmett Till, and so I go, how did you reconcile with Emmett Till? And she was like, yeah, man. And so she tells a story about the disciplining your kids, and like the reason that your grandparents got beat bloody, I can't talk to you. I don't need to explain. I see someone looking at you, and they're looking at you like they're about to do you harm. I can't explain to you. You do not have an option here. Come here now. And if you show the slightest bit of fight back, I gotta break you so that they know And if this is saving your life, I hate it. And that's why my grandmother always was like, don't touch these kids. The times are different. My mom are in the same breath now. It's like times are different, but my mom goes and she uses examples. She sees what happened with Emmett Till. She says, Emmett Till is an example, and I think it's Emmett Till. It's a story of the little boy who whistle.
What's
and she goes,
white girl? Yep.
Yeah, do that. And she goes, if Emmett Till parents had been in the vicinity, they could have saved his life if they could have got to him faster. And she said that's how her mom acted. Like her mom she was always in the area. So whatever, and I take that with the same grain of salt of that's the old wives' tale that people say that this is how you stay alive, but in their mindset is like it's a pack. We could never veer too far from each other when we were out in public, and then when we get back together, we had to rush back home. And like the fact that she didn't realize, like, man, that's a defense mechanism. The fact that you don't stray too far, the fact you don't say anything, the fact you have to beat this kid, the fact you have to do this, you go back home.
That's a systematic move. Systematic box that you put around yourself so you won't move out of line and stay out, like get out of line, so you won't get in trouble.
Yeah,
that's really what that is.
Yeah, but in her mindset, it's like, in her mindset, she was like, no, racism not a thing, and I was just not a thing. And she as she peeled back those layers, and she started talking about her other family. It's like you open that Pandora's box, and she starts talking about things, and she's like,
she started realizing a lot of things, bro. Like it's gonna wake her up. Yeah, I hate to segue this, but we're gonna have to, man. This is After Hours, man. Getting After Hours, Black by Design. Shout out to Paxton Commons, man. Guess what else is coming out? I wanted to talk about this. I just popped it up, but I got to talk about it, man. Black Adam is coming out in movies. You know, The Rock's new movie, and
great
they dropped a second trailer to it. They got your man's in there. I forgot the actor's name, but he's playing Hawkman. They got Dr. Fate that's in the trailer. You see like a whole new team. I think they call it the Justice Society. So you could tell that DC is like moving in a different direction, bro. It's kind of crazy.
Are you excited about that?
I kind of am, because I want to see them do Black Adam role of Tyrese if he was a cop. They could have just called him Tyrese. Tyrese, what's your lines? And Tyrese could have said it like Tyrese, and that's literally what he said. What he did the whole movie.
My favorite joke that I'm gonna tell you is this: Imagine the Black Panther trailer. No woman, no cry. You see that? You see that right butt cheek, and you're like, oh, that's got to be Shuri's ass cheek. Now imagine they pull it back and take the mask off, and it's Tyrese.
Oh.
Tyrese
you just ruined my dream.
No woman, no cry. And then as he's in there, he's what do you want? What more do you want from me?
What more do you want from me? That's kind of funny. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, that man was having an emotional breakdown, and we turned that shit to a meme. Why? Because internet
we sure did about you. Because that's who we are.
As a people, as a people. What do you got going on for the rest of the day, man?
Rest of the day, man. I gotta go ahead and put together a couple of screens in Figma for a couple of web pages I gotta do over the next couple of days. I'm doing the finishing tweaks on 2 web pages, like a home page for a home site at a company I work for, and another one I was doing a water drive. I did a water drive design, for the Panhandling Council.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you suck out.
Your reflex is so slow this time. You were good last time. We gotta figure that out. Look, the fact of the matter is,
I grabbed it.
The weird part about it is like the podcast, the audience will have no idea what the fuck are they talking about. I'm just talking like you're not even there. I wish they let you do a custom one. I need to have a Howard camera stop working, which is just I'm gonna go back. I'm going to get that whiteboard of you, and I'm going to put that as your placeholder. That's your new placeholder for life now.
And that's my character from now on, man. Like whenever you see, I'm gonna give him a name too. I'm gonna name him.
Howie.
Like whenever you see him, he gonna be able to speak.
That's multiverse Howie. That's like Doctor Strange.
Multiverse Howie. I'm with it.
There you go. What the hell was I about to say? Oh yeah, man. So how's your journey on Figma? Are you finding it a little bit easier to get a hang of? Because you came for Photoshop. Those are two different beasts. My guy.
Those are two different beasts. I can tell you what Figma has done. I had to be broken that the things that I need in Figma have already been created in Photoshop. You know what I'm saying? PNG saved out for you to upload into Figma to use and just place like that. That part I had to understand. Like you're not designing anything in Figma. Like not the pretty part of it. Like you don't have to photo. Like I'm up here thinking like, man, I got to design the button. No, you don't. You just need to place the button there. You can design the button later. Like learning that part or learning that. Like I'm up here trying to do like graphic work inside Figma, and I was like, no, man, stop that.
Yeah, there's certain stuff you can do and they're trying to push, but then there's shit that you just got to realize is like, all right, man, I am going to have to do this elsewhere. Watch this. Hang on, time out. There shall be light in 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, there's a.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Yeah. No. So one of the things I found out is about working smarter, not harder, and then there becomes a point where you actually try to do shit in Figma that turns into working harder. And so it's like I realized like I was actively like I have people who do illustrations in Figma, and that's cool. But I'm better at illustrations in Illustrator. I'm not going to mask in Figma. I'm doing that shit in Photoshop. And so to be able to know, like, all right, I hate the fact that, like, I have my cable subscriptions and now I have my software subscriptions. But, like, Photoshop, you saw it, like, Adobe, I'm going to keep Photoshop. You're here. I'm going to keep the big two. I don't need InDesign. I can use Figma for that one. But, I feel you on that one.
So, I mean, like, I'm going to be honest with you. It wasn't really like the movement around Figma itself. It was more so the terminology, what things meant, and the capabilities of what things can do, what components can do. You know what I'm saying? What like building a design system, like and understanding what that means and what that makes. I can tell you what you introduced to me, which was the Cabana.
Shout out Mark Andrews.
Shout out to that designer, bro. Like he is. Like that's a phenomenal design system. Like looking at that tells me what can be created, and that I could probably use his just to prototype a whole bunch of stuff or show off a whole bunch of stuff that I may need to show off. Like that's what tells me what capabilities that Figma has.
Yeah, you know what? So the thing that I like about let's just talk about design system design ups. Right. The thing I enjoy most about it is you're trying to figure out to learn something, right? It teaches you organization, it teaches you structure. You play with somebody else's stuff, you can see how they do something, why they're big, how it's big, but then also you can see what you like and what you don't like, because it's a very robust system. But the problem is you need to figure out how to scale it back and how to scale it down. And then from there, you're like, all right, cool. Well, I just need these components. But then how to use the design system, right? I feel like one of the things that I learned is how to work smarter, not harder. But also, I came from a development background. Like a lot of people complain about design systems not being true to code.
Okay, I got you. Oh yeah. But Figma marries that perfectly, right?
Well, so here's the thing. It marries it if you build it like that. And that's the thing where it's like I don't see the complaints because I build it like I know it's going to be coded. Like, hey, like you put a border on it. The border isn't centered. Like you build a border like they develop it. They want to know the pixels, and so you build the pixel in, you build the other stuff in, and et cetera, et cetera. So it's like little nuanced stuff to where it's like, all right, cool, I can build this close enough. But you know what? It's a learning curve, man. I've been here for a while. I didn't think I knew enough to it. I didn't think I know enough about it until I literally was in an interview, and I was just talking to them, and like I gave a presentation to Figma, and they were just like, they just knew it was a PowerPoint, and I was like, no, it's Figma. And they asked me how to do it, and I was like, yeah, I did. I hit the tab, showing them smoke behind the mirrors, and like, what the. You did all this, and they're like,
I know when you did that, they were like, "Oh my god,
mind blown." And then I was in a meeting with like the SVP and design director and all this stuff, and so she's giving feedback. And when I tell you the number one way, the reason I preach and practice organizing your files for modification, not just for presentation, for modification. And this is when I got my promotion. And I tell you, literally a month in, right? We're presenting, we're presenting, we're talking. And I had been through 2 prior meetings where they just kept on having these, well, this should be this, this should be. So they were nitpicking. Now I'm new, I don't know what, but they're nitpicking. They're talking to me like I'm supposed to know things, right? You're gonna make that shit. That shit's gonna catch to me, and I want you to know. Keep that away from me.
You did it. You did this to me last night when we were designing.
I did.
And the yawning came back on me today, and it makes me. I'm so mad right
so
now.
I'm gonna wrap this shit up and go about my merry way. We end up going in the presentation. And I'm sitting there showing this shit, and I'm like, I don't like when people when people tell me I'm wrong and I don't do it. So they're telling me that it needs to be this. Dog, I spent so much time creating these components, creating these organisms and all these pieces, knowing they'll change. And so they go, well, that's supposed to be this. And they're like, take these notes down. And I go, no. Click, click, psh, changed it. That instance. They go, what happened? They were like, what happened? I was like, no, you told me it was supposed to be this. And so I built all the stuff because I know it's supposed to be this. I don't know how the order goes. And so so all of a sudden it became a flipboard. And so we're just switching the shit. And so it went from a critique to we all of a sudden, in this critique. Yeah, we workshop, we did this. And I'm sitting here with senior managers, level 2s, directors, and I'm just took their breath away. I took over the thing where we're still, where they went from trying to make sure everything was as correct as possible to, all right, cool, I built all the components, let's show the information how it is. And I did that shit in there, and they were just like, and one guy who's super cool, Adam, goes, whew, 2 things. I told you how powerful Figma is, because they remember how the hell it was to do this in Sketch. So like, man, the power of Figma, and the fucking director goes, yeah, and the power of Trey. I've never seen someone do that before. They had, from there I ended up being lead over design ops, and now I'm actually like training people on Figma. And it's just, and that shit came from just me just trying to be smart and be talented, be thoughtful of how I execute shit. And so I just be like, bro, work at it, figure shit out.
And you thoughtful on how you present it too. Like and how quick you can make a change, especially when you make a design system like that. Like that's what they were blown away about. Like, make these notes. And he was like, clack, clack. And they was like, well, that should take them a day. Nah, it took me seconds.
The whole body language changed from that group. Like, they were not angry, but they were just like it wasn't a meeting that they wanted to be in, but it's like we got way interactive, we got way involved, and it was like, oh well, let's see if you move this, whatever. And then they were like, well, this should be this way. Give me a second. And all of a sudden it became pie in the sky. And they were like, yeah, let's do this shit. And now, mind you, senior directors, they're going to get feedback anyway. So they want to get their feedback ahead of it. It's whatever. I would never tell you to do that with a product manager or product owner, because last thing I need is not a design person or a person in lead who's not in the lead a design session, because at that point, from then on, they're going to try to talk to you like, hey man, I have the sketch of this, an idea. Not that I'm opposed to taking ideas.
I want that.
But you're not about to be art director. I can't come to you with a business proposal, be like, hey, listen, I think we should add 4 buttons. Here's my idea. They're like, nah, business wise, that don't make sense, and they're gonna tell me, get the fuck out my face. Okay.
Yep.
All right, now because you were struggling and I'm also struggling. I just took 4 shots of coffee before this shit.
I wish I would have. Don't worry, I took my medicine, so my medicine is gonna be popping in about 10 minutes.
No.
Remember, these yawns is coming because my body's tired. But my brain ain't. I don't know what that is.
Because you're old man in the river. Anyway, you know what? Because you did the intro, I'm doing the outro. Appreciate everybody for watching. Thank you for joining After Hours, brought to you by BLKxDZN, Packs and Comments, and Hilarious Entertainment. Yep. I am your host, Trey Stewart, and with my co-host, Howard Hall, a.k.a. Hilarious Man. Feel free to like and subscribe. Also follow us, BLKxDZN, on all your platforms. BLKxDZN, BLKxDZN. All platforms, but OnlyFans. We don't have those yet. I'll be showing these ankles.
Yeah,
only hand.
They're gonna see. You're gonna see some skin. Some skin.
Yeah. All right. I'm throwing up the deuce. Thank y'all for watching. Enjoy your day.
After hours.